Hi guys, Heather here. Welcome back to another review. Anyway, so today I'm going to be reviewing another Blaze and the Monster Machines episode. Today I'm reviewing the series premiere, Blaze of Glory. In my opinion, this episode was pretty good. Here's the description. Blaze and his driver AJ discover Axel City and are introduced to the world of monster machine racing. But when a mean racer named Crusher sends Blaze and all the racers away, he and AJ must work together to reunite them and get back to the Monster Dome in time for the big championship race. So yeah, this episode was pretty good. This episode, it was a really great way to start off the series. So here it goes. Okay, so here it goes. The series starts with the view panning down from the sky to a wheat field. From out of the such comes a monster truck and his driver, and they drive around, practicing many moves. When they stop, the truck introduces himself to the viewers as Blaze, and his driver is named AJ. The two do a jump over a hill, landing in leaves and having fun for a moment before Blaze requests to go faster than ever before. He turns around and deploys special boosters from his back bumper, which gives him the special power of blazing speed. Blaze then shouts, "Let's blaze," and takes off, doing several tricks until a pile of falling rocks diverts them off course. The two then end up in a town called Axel City, a town full of various cars and trucks. Blaze then spots a monster dome at the end of the street, which advertises the upcoming race. He and AJ enter and check out the racetrack inside, while an announcer, Bump Bumperman, announces it's the Monster Machine World Championship. Blaze wants to be a Monster Machine racer someday, and AJ tells him he will soon. While checking out the arena, AJ accidentally trips over a toolbox which belongs to a girl nearby. She introduces herself as Gabby, and she's a mechanic who fixes all the monster machines to her request. Blaze and AJ follow her and meet the various racers. Stripes, a truck with the abilities of a tiger. Starla, a cowgirl truck who can twirl lassos. Darrington, a truck who loves doing tricks and stunts, and Zeg, a dinosaur truck who likes smashing things. Blaze likes the Razors, but Gabby notes that there's still one more monster machine they didn't meet yet, and he is not as nice as the others, and does anything it takes to win. The truck is named Crusher, and he pushes himself to the front of a crowd before going off. Following him is Pickle, a small truck who always follows Crusher around. Crusher explains his excitement of racing and his desire to win, while Pickle wonders someone else will. This offends Crusher, and he says he will win because he is going to cheat. A pack on Crusher's backside opens up and releases junk, which assembles into his newest creation, the Trouble Bubble Wand, which will eliminate the other racers. He blows it into creating an array of trouble bubbles, which engulf the other racers and carry them into the air, far away, so Crusher will be the only racer present. Blaze, AJ, and Gabby see this, and Gabby realizes Crusher is behind this. When Pickle notes that Crusher on Blaze not liking what he did, Crusher traps him in a bubble as well, carrying them into the air far away before it pops. Landing in a stretch of badlands, Blaze spots Stripes floating overhead, his bubble popping to let him fall into a tangle of vines, which are about to break. With the viewer's help, Blaze and AJ jump the cliff using ramps with the proper trajectory, and rescue Stripes just as he falls. Stripes thanks Blaze for helping him, but is worried he won't make it back in time. Blaze comforts him and says they'll make it back if they go super fast, using his blazing speed. He hurries out of the desert as Stripes falls behind as they drive. Blaze and AJ sing a travel song, "Let's Blaze," in the background. Back at the Monster Dome, Bump is announcing the race is starting soon, as well as the sudden disappearance of the other racers and that Crusher is the only one present, which shocks the crowd. Gabby is worried that if the other racers don't return, Crusher will win and get the trophy. Pickle wants Crusher to have some of his cotton candy, but he refuses. But when he tries to keep it away, a fan blows the cotton candy onto his head, and he's disgusted. Blaze and Stripes arrive in a forest. Stripes, using his tiger sense of smell, sends another monster machine nearby. It is Darrington, who joins them and notes that he spotted grizzly trucks while he was trapped, so he sped away, but whenever he went, they kept following him. Indeed, he didn't get away, as they followed him the way here, setting off a mad chase. After hiding in a bush for a moment, these three trucks come to a river, which they have to cross before the grizzlies return. Blaze rallies them to find something to float on so they can cross. Stripes finds a flat piece of wood, Darrington finds a rock, and Blaze a curved wood. They throw them in the water, which test floats. The rock sinks very quickly, but the wood still remains. Darrington jumps onto the flat wood to float, but if he makes it too heavy and begins to stumble and sink. So he jumps to the curved wood and stays afloat. As the grizzlies start to come back, Blaze and Stripes jump into the curved wood with Darrington to safety. They ride down the river as the buoyancy song plays. Meanwhile, Crusher is pleased that the racers are gone, but Gabby is against him and shows what's happening on the Jumbotron. Crusher is shocked to see Blaze finding the other racers and thinks of another way to cheat. He constructs a mechanical mudslinger to stop them. Blaze and the gang spot the mudslinger and hurry to dodge the flying mud balls, hiding behind a hill. Blaze realizes Crusher made it to stop them and vows to think of something. AJ thinks they could stop the mud balls with a sprinkler, which will blast the mud away. Blaze transforms into a sprinkler himself and succeeds at spraying the mud away with help from the viewers, destroying the mudslinger and reducing it to the bits of junk it was originally before, using his blazing speed again to continue on. Bump announces what's going on, and Crusher is not very happy that everyone was cheering on him on. He passes two fans, Joe and Gus, who are more than excited at Blaze's adventure before meeting Pickle at the drink stand. As Pickle marvels on what happened, Crusher begins to whine and bawl over the audience, cheering Blaze because of how great he is, and that he should be cheered on, only to get a few drinks spilled on him, much to his discomfort. Blaze and the gang come to a snowy forest, and they play around before spotting Zeg still in his bubble. Zeg pops the bubble only to fall out and roll down the hill in a giant snowball. AJ steers Blaze with help from the viewers, and just as Zeg is about to fall off a cliff, Blaze uses blazing speed to catch up and grabs him in time. Stripes and Darrington join them, and they hurry to find the last racer. After Zeg smashes away the rocks which are blocking a mountain cave, the trucks drive through to hear the sound of singing in the distance. They find Starla at the bottom of a hole, and AJ sees a pulley which could lift her out. Starla gets into the blue bucket, and after filling the green bucket with enough heavy things, Starla is rescued and they are all back together. Blaze leads them out with blazing speed as the Monster Machine Friends plays. After returning to the forest, Starla finds a quote-unquote horseshoe, which was really a magnet, which gets stuck to her bumper before Blaze gets it off. Darrington then spots the Monster Dome in the distance as Blaze leads the way. Back at the Monster Dome, Crusher is upset that Blaze will make it back and starts to cry, deeming that there's only one thing left to do. Pickles thinks that he should race fair and square, only for Crusher to get another idea and unleashes one last cheat. An army of robot knights, which are his worst cheats yet. Blaze and the gang encounter them, and they use the magnet from earlier to take away their shields, which deactivates them one by one at a time. When all the knights are gone, Bump announces the start of the race, and Blaze leads them to the Monster Dome. Crusher is about to start the race alone, only for Blaze and the gang to come back, much to his shock. As Blaze wishes the other trucks good luck, they ask Blaze to race with them because he helped them so much, which makes them their friend. Happily, Blaze accepts and heads over to the starting line. As Bump introduces him, he takes his place. Crusher bets that he won't beat him, but he doesn't think so. The race begins, and the monster machines race around the track, with Crusher leading for several seconds. Eventually, Crusher does some cheating, which diverts the other racers and knocking them out of the race, but Blaze avoids it. As Crusher approaches the finish, Blaze unleashes his blazing speed to overtake him and wins the championship. As the audience cheers Blaze, he and AJ congratulate each other, and AJ tells Blaze how proud he is of him. Crusher whines about losing, knocking several hot dogs on him in the process, which makes him feel upset even more, while Pickle is amused. The other racers and Gabby congratulate Blaze and AJ, and they are rewarded the trophy. As Bump questions Blaze what he's going to do now, as that he's a racer and he has won, he decides to hang out with his new friends and invites them to go around the track together, which is what they do. Blaze happily jumps in the air and the credits roll. So, this episode was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This was a great way to start off the series. So I'm gonna have to give this episode a 10 out of 10. My favorite moments have got to be when they were saving Zeg from the giant snowball. And also, I think my favorite part has got to be where they were on the crazy tracks and the Monster Machine's Friends song was playing. That was pretty good. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy this review. Bye!